Today is truly a wonderful, special day. Graduates, you've been working for so long. 2, 3, 4, sometimes more than 4 years to reach this day. More importantly, you've worked so long to step into your new career as social workers and social work scholars. Let me be the first to congratulate you and welcome you as a colleague to your new social work professional career. One thing I know for sure is that you could never have done it alone without the support of family, friends, and loved ones. So I'd ask you to take a moment and acknowledge them and their love, patience, and support, with maybe a little extra noise of mom, since next week is Mother's Day. But let's say thank you to all the people that supported you. In addition to family, friends, and loved ones, I also know you've been mentored and supported by a world-class faculty who are sitting behind me. I'm going to ask them to stand up, so that you can say thank you to your faculty as well. And finally, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the staff at the school for everything that they do for you and for us throughout the year, and particularly the staff and the student volunteers who organized this event and put in many, many long hours of planning. So can we give them all a round of applause? Individuals graduating today with just a couple of the many examples of the things that they've done. And candidly, the hardest part of this talk was trying to select which things to talk about, because there were so many. First thing that I'd like for you all to know is that of our BSW students, over 60% of our BSW students graduated with Latin honors, which is phenomenal. Our students organized a day-long social justice symposium in Athens that was attended by over 130 community members and which won UGA's NAACP Gentry Award. Students also organized more fundraisers than I can count: for Advantage Behavioral Health, for the Wilbur Jones Foundation, for a textbook scholarship for the Bessos Foundation, for toiletry and gifts packages for foster children, for the Kumasi Children's Home. They wrote grants, they raised money for so many nonprofits, I can't count them. They also organized a number of socially conscious activities. They organized opportunities to watch debates together, to view documentaries such as 13th. They organized teach-ins with the help of the faculty. They did a number of socially conscious activities, and they engaged in nationally recognized scholarship, writing book chapters, journal articles, and presenting in national conferences. So as you can see, they are a group to be proud of, and also a group that should give us great hope for the future. I don't know about you, but with them in charge, I feel much more secure about my own age and people who are going to take care of me, and I feel very hopeful about society overall, because I know that you all are the next generation of social workers. So graduates, I want to talk to you for just a minute. As you move forward into the future, today and for the rest of your lives, I'd ask for you to keep something in mind. Today is a lot about the future, but I want you to remember to stay connected to your roots and to the past that brought you here. When I say this, I'm specifically thinking about two things from the past which intersect here today: the past of higher education and the past of social work. The first thing that I think of a little bit is the past of higher education, which you see in the pomp and the circumstance of the events today. The university is an institution that in the West goes back to medieval times. The university was founded in the shadow of the cathedrals, and so early early scholars and academics wore robes similar to monastic garb, which we still wear today. My spouse affectionately refers to this as my ghetto. But the hoods we all wear in the graduate programs actually come from hoods that the monks wore. And I'm told that in the early days, when faculty members wore these outfits and wore their hoods, after a lecture they would turn around, and students would put coins in there. And that's how faculty got paid. So when the next recession comes, I have an idea. I share this with you because I think that this link is important. Not just as a link with higher education or of church of any particular sort, but because it reminds us that engaging in social work scholarship and social work itself is a calling. It's a profession linked to something deep and important and timeless and more than just a job. It's a true commitment, and the world needs you in your commitment. The second thing that I think about from our past is our past as social workers, our social work tradition, thinking about all of those that came before us. Leaders as varied as Jane Addams, Dorothy Height, Bertha King Reynolds, Whitney Young, among so many others. Social work has a proud heritage and history. And so I would ask you, as you move forward in your career, to remember this and be proud of it. Say you're a social worker. Whether you're a therapist, or a lobbyist, or a CEO, identify with your profession. Say you're a social worker. Be proud. Be inspired by your history. And remember that social work's a calling, no matter what you do. Always remember also that the School of Social Work is here for you, forever, and is proud of you and everything you do. So go out and do great things. The world needs you. Thank you. It now gives me great pride to introduce our keynote speaker for this graduation convocation, Mr. Thurmond, CEO of DeKalb County, Georgia. The Honorable Mr. Thurmond is a true public servant. He's the former superintendent of the DeKalb County School District. He was commissioner of the Georgia Department of Family and Children's Services, commissioner of the Georgia Department of Labor. Raised as a sharecropper son in Clark County, Mr. Thurmond graduated with honors from Payne College and later earned a law degree from the University of South Carolina and completed the Political Executives program at Harvard University. He's a distinguished lecturer at UGA's Carl Vinson Institute of Government, as well as a distinguished and award-winning author. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Thurmond.
Good afternoon. To Dean Scheyett, the distinguished leader of the University of Georgia School of Social Work, to dedicated administrators, learning faculty, to family and friends who traveled from far and near, and especially to the distinguished, and might I add, very good-looking graduating class of 2017. I am honored and privileged to have been offered this opportunity to serve as your graduation speaker. Adorned in cap and gown, surrounded by pomp and circumstance, you are the living, breathing embodiment of an age-old truth. And it's simply this, that through faith, through hard work, and even a little bit of dumb love, all things are possible. Remember, graduates, as you continue to climb the ladder of success, don't ever forget to reach back and offer a helping hand to someone following in your footsteps. As you work to amass wealth, prestige, and power, take time to share just a few of your blessings, just a small portion, with someone less fortunate than yourself. Your presence today, adorned in cap and gown, answered the call to serve humanity. Your presence this afternoon is a testament to the fact that you have prepared yourself to enter the ranks of the culturally competent servant leaders who will provide leadership and solutions to our society's most persistent problems. Now let me stop and say something as a personal note. When I received the invitation from your dean to serve as your graduation speaker, I was so impressed with myself. One of the highest honors anyone can receive is to be asked to deliver a commencement speech. And so over the weeks leading up to this moment, I prepared, I thought, I analyzed, I researched. But you know, as I marched in this afternoon in procession, I noticed the expectant, excited, proud look that I was receiving from parents, from brothers and sisters, spouses, as I looked into the eyes of the graduates who had worked so hard to get to this moment. A cold chill went up my spine because I realized that not one single person came here today to hear me speak. You came to see your friends, your students, your children, your spouses graduate. So guess what? You all are the luckiest graduation audience anywhere in America today, because you got a politician as a commencement speaker, but you got a politician with a short speech. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Because to be a social worker, to be a part of those who care and serve, to be a part of a profession that I believe is among the most noblest of all professions. As was mentioned by your dean, I've served in many difficult and crisis-filled assignments, but the one I value the most, the one that has made the most difference in my life, is my tenure as Director of the Georgia Department of Family and Children's Services. My services coincided with the welfare reform era, and I was honored to work with thousands of Georgia social workers, hundreds of them who were graduates of this school of social work, who were the most courageous, the hardest working, most caring individuals that I have ever met. I still marvel at my child welfare workers, the great majority of them just little ladies who courageously, with nothing but maybe a cell phone and a case file, plied their trade in some of the toughest, most dangerous neighborhoods in our state. My first day on the job was September 1st, 1994. In mid-morning, I received a call of a tragic event that had occurred in Northwest Georgia. Two of our foster children, who were in our custody, had perished in a house fire. The entire agency was consumed by pain, by despair, by doubt, and embarrassment. The media onslaught was brutal and filled with accusations of incompetence and even complicity. And late that night, when I finally arrived at home, my wife asked me, "How was your first day at home?" And this is what I said, and I'll never forget. I said, "Well, baby, one thing I learned, that this job is about making life and death decisions." The truth, my friends, as you go forward from this place, the truth is that not every child you touch will or can be saved. Not every family you counsel will or can be reunited. Not every alcoholic or drug addict who is a patient can or will be rehabilitated. But I beg you to do not grow weary does not require that you will always be successful or that you will always be happy. You are uniquely prepared and uniquely positioned to change and save lives. Others in our society possess the luxury of being able to sit in places of comfort and convenience. And they have been blessed with the opportunity to while away their time pontificating on the plight of homeless or abused children. But what separates you and what distinguishes this profession is that you will actually try to make a difference. You're not required to always be successful, but because you have answered the call, you will always try. So, let the word go forward from this place. Let the word go forward on this day that UGA's College of Social Work has successfully forged the next generation of servant leaders. Winston Churchill once wrote that we make our living by what we earn, but we make our lives by what we give. Robert Greenland concluded that the servant leader is servant first. He added that the desire to serve is the servant's heart. It is a fundamental characteristic of a servant leader. In the book of Matthew, it is written that he who is greatest, he or she, will not be defined by how much money we amass, not by how much profile we earn, but he who is greatest among us shall be your servant. But Dr. King said it best. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. He said you don't have to have a college degree from UGA in order to serve. You don't have to make your subjects and your verbs agree in order to serve. But what he concluded was that all you really need is a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Go forth from this place on this day and know this, that all people of goodwill, white and black, Asian, Hispanic, all people of goodwill, Protestant, Catholic, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, all people, true believers, agnostic, atheists, all people of goodwill are commanded to do the best you can to help those who are downtrodden and less fortunate than yourself. I conclude with this from the book of Matthew. And it is written, "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." And the disciples were confused by the words because they said, "Lord, we don't remember you being hungry or homeless. We don't remember you being sick. We don't remember you needing clothes. We don't remember you spending a single night at Athens Regional or St. Peter. We surely don't remember of you ever being arrested and incarcerated in the Clark County jail." And the king replied and said, "Truly I say unto you, that as you do it unto the least of these, you do it unto me." And I believe if Matthew could raise his hand from his 1,000-year-old grave this day, if somehow flesh could return to bone, if somehow hand could be placed in paper, he would add a verse just for the graduating class in 2017. He said, "Remember, social workers, I am the child that is without a mother. I am the family that is hungry. I am the drug addict. I am the one who needs counseling. I am the disabled who need assistive technology." And he would write, "Remember that, social workers. You get a job at DFAS or rehab services. Remember that when you do for the least of these in our society, you're not doing it for the state. You're not doing it for the county. But when you do for them, you do for him. And that is why the social work profession, and that is why this generation of social workers are so very, very special. Answer the call. Go forward. Be not discouraged. And never, ever grow weary in doing good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thurmond. Words from one of the great servant leaders of Georgia. Now we begin the part of the ceremony that my guests have all been waiting for, honoring graduates. And we'll begin with the hooding of our doctoral graduates, our doctoral philosophy graduates. And I would invite Associate Dean and PhD Program Director Dr. Sherry Miller to join me up here, while PhD Teacher of the Year, Dr. Larry Nackaroo, comes to the mic to announce the student names. Can you tell he was elected by the students? Is that PhD teacher here? Each student will be hooded by their committee chair. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. It's really my pleasure and honor to announce the PhD graduates from the School of Social Work. And we'll begin with my colleague here, seated on the aisle, Junior Lloyd Allen, hooded by his chair, Dr. Michael Palasko. Nicole Allie Corley, hooded by the chair of her committee, Dr. Patricia Reeves. Captioning Joy Crawford, hooded by the chair of her committee, Dr. Jennifer Athens. Kimberly Yvette Hoyt, hooded by the chair of her committee, Dr. Michael Roscoe. Ron Kim, hooded by the chair of her committee, Dr. Betsy Vaughn. Jessica Noble, hooded by the chair of her PhD committee, Dr. June Gary Haas. Lauren Ricciardelli, hooded by Dr. Christina Yeskita Barr. Congratulations to you all.
Can we have one last round of applause, please? Now it's time for the hooding of our Masters of Social Work graduates. Students will be hooded by Dr. David Ketch, who is the MSW Program Director, and Professor Diane Harvey, who is the Gwinnett Campus MSW Teacher of the Year. Student names will be read by Dr. Abernathy, Athens Campus MSW Teacher of the Year. I would ask that we hold our applause, I know it's hard, until the end, so as not to cover over the name of the next person announced, just as you want to hear your loved one's name called. Other people do as well, so please hold applause and cheers until the end where we will have a thunderous round of applause, I promise you. So now let's begin with the meeting.
Jordan Alexandria Abernathy Cornelius. Adaton Alayamo. Olivia Mara. Elizabeth Almond. Kelly Autry. Alexander Barber. Brooke Elizabeth Videz. Samantha Boston. Heather Renee Bousquet. Chelsea Brooks. Eileen Brown. Casey Brown. John Dexter Birch. Lucia Cataviano. Kristen Chipman. Andrew Christopherson. Tova Collins. Lindsay Cofer. Kelly Coffin. Latasha Collier. Keo Copeland. Rachel Foreman. Ryan Kraft. Casey Cruz. Pamela Crossley. Brittany Cutler. Drayton Davis. Laura DeGraw. Yosha P. Dodson. Teresa Duggan. Reedy Dukes. Michael Dwyer. Ashley Dykes. Jasmine Eatman. Kelly Espy. Brianna Janae Farwell. Stephanie Freeling. Deanna Fort. Christopher Stephen Franklin. Sharika Gardner Spates. Brianna Garrettson. Stephanie Dawn